What's up, y'all? Welcome to another episode of Little Luck Garage. My name's Lane, and as usual, I have no idea what I'm doing. Today's video is going to be a little bit different, and the reason why is going to be the explanation, right? So, why is it going to be different? Well, listen, because you'll see. Okay. Working on making some content. Obviously, it's a very new channel, but I really want to put out one video a week at least, right? I'm not going to make any promises about anything like that because I don't really know yet. It's still too early. But my goal is to do one video a week. Now, I've got some projects to work on. I think y'all have seen that. We're going to do a little video recap. But I want to show you and explain to you kind of where we're at. We're going to do a quick recap on where everything is. And I need a little bit of advice here on where to go. Okay, what should I be working on, right? Well, anywho, or what? The last video I did was on this Ranchero. We'll start with where are we at on this Cutlass. So this here's my 75 Cutlass Salon. 455 big block, you know the deal. In the last video you all have seen, we got it running a little better-ish, kind of. Well, I've done some other things to it, and I've got another video ready to be released, but we're waiting on one little thing here, okay? Had to do some of the brake stoppages stuff, and I got that mostly goodish, except for the fact that the pedal still doesn't do anything. So honestly, I think I truly just need to bleed the brakes starting from the master cylinder down. Once I do that, it does a burnout and that video gets released. So we're close on this one. You'll get to see what's happening with that one soon. The Ranchero, or the Ranhero, as I'm tentatively calling it, had its inaugural drive, which did perfect in that it did a burnout and broke down and still made it home. What more can you ask for? Right? We did that. It's moving. It's fine. Had a little bit of funny things with the train. Well, I'm not going to dive into it. It runs, it drives. It needs to be put back together because it's obviously like 2/3 of a car right now, and I'm being very generous. So I got that. Next thing I'm probably going to do is cut into some more of this a little bit, cut it out, and then weld it back. You know, we're going to do that. We're going to put more things in here. Maybe put a dash in. How about a windshield? All these things that I have, it's just, there's some of it. There's a little bit more of it. There's some of it there. Oh, look, there's some more of it. Oh, there's some panels. And there's some stuff over there too. So there's the car. That's what we got there, right? So what do I work on here? I'm gonna walk now to my other projects, the other things, the options. But I kind of need to know, first off, well, one thing anyways is, what do y'all want to see? I was gonna kind of revive on and, please tell me that I didn't, oh, we're good. I was gonna kind of revive on and bring around that Cutlass there. But my opinion, my definition of revived is, will it do a burnout? So we're nearly there. So I got some long tedious stuff to do on the Ranchero, and I'd really like to take it somewhere. I want to take it down the drag strip, stuff like that. But I got some other projects lined up. Here's the thing: there's an elephant in my room. I'm outside, so there's not really a room. There's an elephant outside. Not really. Shut up, Lane. The thing I'm trying to avoid here is I don't really need a lot of money to do the projects that I'm working on, because as y'all see, like, for one, I don't know what I'm doing, and for two, like, I do everything the super cheap, absolutely bare bones way. You know, I don't got nothing fancy. So what can you make just stuff happen with, you know? So, but there's money you can't avoid spending, of course. Well, that stuff, you know, the $20 here, $30 there, it's not much most of the time, but I'm at this point where all of my projects need that. Every single one of the ones that I have need a little bit of something here, a little bit of something there, and I don't have a job. Part of this video is going to be kind of showing you, maybe talking to you a little bit about who is Little Luck Garage, you know, this guy, me, Lane. Well, yeah, so if you don't care at all, skip forward a little bit, but you know, I went ahead and been wrenching my whole darn life, I guess. As long as I could hold a wrench in my hand, I've had one. But I've always done it as a side hustle. I've always done it as an afterthought, as a passion. didn't really have my pops wasn't around the whole life, or passed away when I was young anyway, so didn't get to learn a whole lot that way. But I've just been fortunate enough to surround myself with people. You know, I got a brother that's into this stuff, but just wrenching was just in my blood, you know. So I just been farting around with stuff and piddle paddling, and I learned a thing or two, maybe 3 things, but if 3 things, then not more than 3 things. That's it. But I don't know. So I always wanted to do this YouTube thing, and I just never thought it was going to be real. It wasn't really a thing, right? So I went to college twice, got a couple degrees, went to work. I was in higher education, worked up, got a fancy title, whatever, bought a house, did all these things because apparently it's what you're supposed to do to be successful. But I got there and was miserable and hated it, and yeah, got really bad. We're not going to talk about this period of my life. It sucked. So I hated it, wasn't happy. So in February of this year, filming this here at the end of September, so in February, a couple months ago, I quit my job with nothing in the bank, nothing saved up, no job lined up. I just was very unhappy, and I was tired of being unhappy, so I quit my job. Started doing my little side hustle, wrenching on stuff full time as much as I could. But you know, city didn't really like that. Wasn't in an HOA, but reasons. That didn't really work out. I sold everything I had, sold my house, sold my cars, sold my tools, sold everything. Bought a little camper, moved over here to upstate South Carolina, and live on my best friend's property. So I've been fortunate enough to cut down a lot of my debt. My overhead is very low. And so I'm trying to do some flips and some things like that to sustain myself so that I can continue doing videos like this. But I don't want to just film absolutely everything. I don't want to film, you know, me flipping cars and stuff like that, or whatever, just trying to make a buck. I want my channel to be more specific to reviving hot rods, bringing project cars and muscle cars back to life so people won't forget them and they won't rot away, right? That's what I'm trying to do. But with that too, like, I never wanted to be the channel, and I won't be the channel that asks for money from you all. You know, the people that I think I'm going to appeal to, and people who've been commenting and whatnot, are the folks that, you know, have a hot rod out in the garage that's a million miles away from ever getting done, you know, day late and a buck short type of a deal. And my goal here is to inspire you all, to show you all maybe a way to do something that's been holding you up, to encourage you, to show you that really and truly you're always going to be your worst enemy. The biggest hurdle, the hardest part of any project is starting. Don't know how to do a panel? Start. Don't want it to, you know, you're not going to be able to do it good enough? You can get better. Like, start. You know? And then you have a baseline, right? Do something. You just got to get your foot out there, right? And that's what I'm trying to do, is show y'all how to do that. Well, it kind of bugs me that because I'm poor, it somehow is becoming your problem for, like, you want to see this content and you need to learn how to do something, right? But you can't see that just because I'm broke and can't handle my money. Like, that's not really fair to me. So I thought about this thing, and I see a lot of other channels that do like these Patreon pages and these, you know, support, donate, you know, type of a deals. And I always thought that's not me. It's not going to be me. I don't want you to spend your hard-earned money on me. I want you to spend your hard-earned money on your hot rods. But ultimately, I had a conversation with someone important in my life recently that showed me another perspective that I thought was pretty valuable. And that was just this. What about those folks that want to see that? You know, what if there are folks of you out there that want to pay $1, you know, or $3 a month or whatever to see the content that, you know, you want to see? I mean, I can do that, right? I don't need a lot of money to do these types of projects. Like I said, it's, you know, $25 here, $100 there. It's really not a ton of money. And I am not going to sit here and ask for money, but what I'm thinking about doing, what this video is going to be about, is launching a Patreon page so you all can make these projects happen. I started, and I'm going to tell you in a link below, a Patreon page with this one caveat. Every dollar, every penny that gets raised from this Patreon page as of this moment will go directly 100% to the projects that this content that you see. I'm not going to use this money to put food on my table, nothing like that. I'll take care of that off camera. I'm a very resilient feller. I'll figure it out. I've been in worse places. But I'm having a hard time justifying spending the 50 bucks on something that is all that's needed to finish this video or whatever. I'm having a hard time coming up and justifying those expenses. I think that's where y'all can come in. I'm not expecting to get a ton of money, and I quite frankly don't need a ton of money. Don't give me a lot of money. I don't need it. But a little bit here and there would seriously sustain the vast majority of these projects, and I've got time. With a little bit of money, this content will come with. So I'm gonna go ahead and give it a shot. I'm gonna launch this Patreon. Like I said, I'll link it below. Give a penny, give 10 bucks, I don't care. Anything that you give on that Patreon page, I'm gonna post over there 2, maybe 3 times a day, directly what you all ask for. Show some behind the scenes stuff in between the videos, the little things. I mean, I probably post 10% of the footage I film. So you'll see a ton of the behind the scenes stuff. I'll post stuff directly to you all. Like, I can't even, this whole idea of you like putting money straight to the creators blows my mind. So like, if you give me $1, I'm gonna do backflips for you. I don't care. Like, I really want to see these projects go on. I know some of y'all want to as well, but this is, I think, a way to put that in your hands. If you really want to see some of these projects go, I think it would be super incredible to revive some of these hot rods. Any penny that gets put into that Patreon is going to go immediately to these cars. You have my word. Now, second part of these cars, the projects. You saw the Cutlass, which I think Cutlass is going to be for sale, folks. Y'all got to tell me what to do with it, but thinking about selling her, letting her go on to the next folk. But I went ahead and snagged on another flip project that might also turn into a channel project, and that here is a 92 Camaro. You'll see another like intro and video on this to come, but I had to pick this up yesterday with a partner, someone who I didn't even pay for this. Someone else paid for it. I'm gonna do the work, film it, and then they're gonna make the money, and I'm thrilled for that, right? But more channel content coming to you. 3rd gen F-bodies are my bread and butter. I've had a zillion of these things. I think I probably have more seat time in these cars than any other car on the road. I think I've actually honestly owned 8, just maybe 9. I'd have to count. But yeah, I got this folk here. I'm not going to go too much into it right now. You're going to have to wait for the next video to see that. But if you want to see that sooner than later, check out this Patreon that I'm going to link in the description. I hope. Never done that before, but we'll figure that out, I'm sure. Might also be some other stuff. Shh, just hang on. But anyway, I'm gonna stop rambling. I'm gonna pop this video up real quick. Probably with pretty minimal editing. I can't believe I'm actually putting this up and even allowing, that's something I said I know I was never gonna do to happen, but it is what it is. I'm gonna try it. I figure what could it hurt? You know, I'm out here trying to pursue my dreams. These last couple of weeks of pretending to be a YouTuber have been the greatest couple of weeks of my life, and honestly, that happiness is worth everything in the world. So I will do whatever I have to put food on my table. Don't y'all worry about that. YouTube, I'm working on YouTube paying me. That's what I'm investing in, right? I really don't want y'all to just, no, I'll take care of myself. I'm good, thank you, appreciate it. But I could, and I'm willing to accept some help, and really honestly could use it to get these cars up. So the 92 Camaro don't need a lot, but a little bit would really go a long way here. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for your support, the comments, good and bad, y'all. Good and bad comments, I welcome it all. Thank you so much for checking it out. Watching some millennial that doesn't know really what he's doing a whole lot, just live his dream, his wildest dreams. Can't thank you enough. So anywho or what, that's all for now. Hopefully it won't be too long before my next video drops, but it might be, truthfully. I don't really know yet. I got a couple things in the works here, but we're hung up on the whole money thing. So hopefully I'll see y'all pretty soon, but in the interim, thank you so much. I hope y'all stay well. Get outside, drive your hot rod, work on something. Tell me about it in the comments. Appreciate you more than you even know. We'll see you next time.